Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Happy Friday. Let me get some other things set up. I actually did a live over on another channel. So give me one sec, cause I have to do there what I have here, but kind of jacked up a couple of the windows in the process. So here we go. At the whole, yeah, it's the whole shebang bang. That's the whole thing. So yeah. I hope you guys are having a good day. It's about 8:19, so trying to adjust everything properly. Here we go. Okay. So I guess I'm gonna have to try to do everything from this window. See how this goes. So today, did I take? Yeah, I took everything down. I have to show you from this window because BluSky actually already updated their website and all of my credentials. The only other thing I can show you is the email to confirm. But we basically passed the buffer phase. Technically, we did it today, but we did it last night, Globex. And these are all of the positions that I took on that account. So literally about a week from today. So last week we started the buffer account again, and no day did I take more than 2 trades, and I took 2 last Thursday. We took 2 last Friday. We took 2, and then every day this week we just actually caught that banger. And to be honest, it wasn't Monday. That was that was Sunday. It was Globex Sunday actually, or Globex Monday on Sunday at the Globex Open. Say it that way. Yeah, we ended up catching that one, and then for the rest of this past week, the objective target, and to be honest with you, I'm not calling it easy. I'm not saying it was easy, but I would at least say that the entries to delivery was pretty efficient. Now, did they all just like run? No, I think memory serves me correct. I want to say it might have been Tuesday was extra slow because and for good reason, because we had, basically like a FOMC announcement on Wednesday, so price was gonna do what it did there. But yeah, so excited about that. We'll be able to maybe find something Sunday if something avails itself, and then if it doesn't, it doesn't. So what we have here is just kind of what I've made a speculation about how price will deliver going into next week. So we'll go to a 15-minute onto what's been called the bellwether in the past, and I kind of already marked these couple of levels out, and basically our settlement from today. But overall, the week, and again, obviously just my interpretation, my opinion, doesn't mean that mine is yours, but in my opinion, from the opening of basically Globex Sunday, which is in here, we rallied up, basically barcoded or accumulated, and then we distributed, obviously, and you could say duh, we could see that. But if you really see it, the thing that you should really see is here on Wednesday, where we were basically put into none other than a market maker buy model, my opinion. It's just my opinion of what this was. Now, I've specifically done what I've done in the manner and in the sequence in which I did it, so that there's no, oh, it's hindsight, blah 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 blah. Like, it doesn't matter. My current schedule does not really allow me to trade the New York Open, nor can I really trade the PM session. I can, but no matter what move it is, unless I am like an integral part of how price is delivering within the hour or the 2 hours before, and I've seen, I have enough tape, if you will. I have enough price to go back and see what may be the mitigating target or whatever it is. Like, if I can get it to that umpteenth, then yeah, maybe I could trade the afternoon. I usually end up, like, if I've taken anything in the afternoon, it's been a paper trade, just to see if I'm actually in sync and in flow. And typically that will set me up at least for the Globex period. So I showed you the Globex trades to let you know that that's what I'm trading. I'm trading Globex Open into Asia, and I'm done. 14 handles seems to be the sweet spot for me, because that's what that 276 ends up being. 14 handles is 280. So it's reasonable, it's manageable, like, it's not ridiculous. And yeah, obviously this week we had some rippers, but staying within a risk parameter, and also staying within a profit parameter to make sure that we met the consistency objective in the buffer, which the consistency objective was at 34%. So we managed to do that. But I digress, and I'll go back. So we established price up here on Monday, obviously took the shorts, and Wednesday basically gave us what is commonly referred to, when you're utilizing a market maker model terminology, we ended up with a smart money reversal here. Now, again, you don't have to believe me, but I have my personal criteria. I believe that there are some that also have this criteria, but under a different pretense. What I like to see, if there's a reversal, smart money reversal, whatever you want to call it, I like to typically see, in this case, if it's a short, it's taking something out, I want to go back to that last high, whatever that last high was. And I'm not talking about like the immediate last high, but this technically in this leg of structure, and I know we're on a 15-minute, it's fractal. This is a fractal concept. It can be applied to any time frame. So in this particular instance, if you're at a 15-minute, and it would kind of sort of suit you in this particular case, hindsight notwithstanding, but if you're looking at it, you say, okay, that's a smart money reversal. I need to see expansion through this high. And if you zoom in and we come over here to the right, my criteria is expansion, and the extra confluence is if we have fair value. We have both. You have one candle here, you have two, which is the expansion candle, which takes out this short, in my opinion, it's a short-term high. That's what I call them, short-term highs. And then you have this third candle that forms your fair value. You get a retracement of price back into this area, and it expands away. Now, it doesn't just stop with that one expansion and that one candle. This is still going to be a level in terms of the fair value itself. The overall fair value is giving you basically, in my opinion, I look at it as a structural point, because unless there's other fair value down here or other areas that need to be mitigated will be mitigated, you're realistically looking at any kind of retracement back into this area, and you're still expecting longs. So again, just following the narrative that this is a smart money reversal, this is a market maker buy model, we are now on the buy side. So could you be looking for lower price? Yes, you could. If your criteria, your narrative, your objective look at price delivery and price action is similar or close to mine, or maybe even remotely different from mine, but your objective is still higher price, you may very well just simply say, yeah, that kind of sort of looks like it. Yeah, that fits the criteria. Yeah, that makes sense. I still don't know. That's fine. Right? So my bear here is basically saying this is my objective target. I would make that like my objective target for the week. And again, I would digress, and I would say that yes, is there a potential for lower price? Yes, there is. And the reason for that, I'm going to go down to a 5-minute just so we can kind of zoom in a little bit more on price. So inside here, this being Friday, this is PM session range, and that's settlement. So as a whole, the high and low of Friday, right, you can see here. That's Friday's range. So my estimation, my supposition would be, again, as I said a few minutes ago, if you were actually looking at and looking for the potential of lower price, I mean, I wouldn't be completely upset. I wouldn't be mad with that, because what it's going to do is it's going to give a greater likelihood and a greater chance of, a weak to strong hand, right? Potential liquidity being accumulated even below this low, maybe into this fair value. And then the same thing you got back here with the smart money reversal, you could possibly see in here. So you might see something. I messed that up. I'll go back and I'll fix it here. You may see this move back in. Well, actually, it does work here. It does work. Right? You see this short, right? Stops above a liquidity level. There's a retracement. It takes that level out, takes the low out. This then becomes that short-term high, if you will. Right? You get a rally in price. You get expansion here through that short-term high. You get a retracement back into some level of fair value, and you get an expansion away. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that this long leg is going to run directly here, but I think you understand the premise of what I'm suggesting here. So again, does it have to happen that way? No. Does it have to deliver this way? No, it does not. But that would be just a reasonable supposition that I put together, that I would think that's how price is going to deliver. That's what we would look for. That's what I would be looking for this upcoming week. So just wanted to share that with you guys. I'll probably be on tomorrow. We may do some practice with crypto, or maybe just an independent journal deep dive into this week's price, a little bit of back test, or more or less tape read, mark out some levels, reaffirm some GB structure and wireframe stuff, and then just kind of go from there. So until then, I appreciate it, and see you guys the next time.